Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. In today's video, we are talking about the actual disgrace of a human, Andrew Tate, aka COBRA Tate. British American kickboxer turned internet personality, if you want to call him that. Andrew Tate is a 36-year-old loser who thinks that cooking is a waste of time and stupid.
Now, knife, get my knife, cut my onion, it's time to cut my onion. You're broke! You're fucking poor!
His MO is to teach men how to get rich and get high quality women. His website boasts that he is a multiple millionaire who comes from nothing, but his dad was a chess master, so that's cool, I guess. Chess is cool. But COBRA Tate is a dick, and here's why. Just to ease you into this, because this guy truly is the worst, let's review some of his recent tweets and give you a little development on this character of the swine. Every girl is special until you meet another one. Men and women cannot be friends. Only hoes go to the club. If you're a man, nobody cares about your emotions. Sorry to break it to you boys, but you are actually not safe from this creature's offenses either. Don't bother crying about it because your tears are useless and won't make you rich or attractive. Andrew has an online course that is intended to teach you how to make money online through affiliations, copywriting, freelance work, etc. What he calls Hustlers University also has its own affiliation program where affiliates can make a commission when people sign up using their link. Affiliates make a 50% commission of the initial sign up and then 10% per month after that. The monthly fee for those signups is $49 per month, and this could explain why there are so many fan pages of Andrew Tate across all social media platforms. People seem to just reuse his most viral content to get attention and clicks on that link. Initially, it feels disheartening to see the amount of fan pages dedicated to Andrew Tate, but it makes more sense and is a bit easier to swallow once you realize that people are likely only sharing that content to make money. Hopefully not because they actually agree with anything this pompous prick has to say. So for a little bit more context real quick, let me give you some examples of why this guy is a degenerate waste. Let's look at some clips.
If you're not gonna have children, what are you gonna do with your lives?
If I'm not gonna have children, travel, pursue anything that makes me happy, try to make money. I love traveling, so I would probably just
Drink cocktails on the beach. Okay. A life without children is vapious, and it's inane, and it's pointless. And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and not give a second. Don't give a solitary shit. The happiest women on earth have children and a man who's paying the bills and their mothers. The happiest people on earth.
I mean, of course he's been on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Those guys probably worship this trash person. He rants on about how any woman who decides to not have children is a waste and selfish and basically an embarrassment.
You're a selfish fuck. Fuck that, you should all have kids.
Women, don't worry about your financial status or your health or your preference for your own life. I think it goes without saying that the level of offense this hits on so many levels is insane. From women who have decided to not have children to those who cannot, even to the women that want or have children, this man manages to belittle all of that and just categorizes women as breeders, basically. It's just so strange to me that men like this need women to stay quiet and only use their lives to fulfill some sort of animalistic, surface-level existence with no shred of individualistic passion outside of an Adam and Eve mentality, while they run around with expensive cars and pricey fashion purchases and hit the club and rent out jets and whatnot. I don't think it needs to be said or pointed out that the double standard is staggering. He loves to brag about making money and paying the bills, yada yada, and wants a female to fully comply with staying home and being only a mother and a wife, and then will throw in her face that he pays the bills. And I nearly cannot believe the shit that comes out of this man's mouth when he speaks. A part of my brain just refuses to believe that he's serious.
If you want to breathe for the rest of the day, if you don't end up in a fucking grave, if you want to sleep in the house where I have to pay fucking bills, you're gonna shut the fuck up, you little prick. Because this is my fucking world, and you exist in my world. If you think you're smart enough to live on your own, fucking run away from home. But if you don't want to play that game, shut the fuck up or I'm gonna hurt you.
Does he not just remind you of a little boy? Like, I'm running this, you have to do what I say, it's the rules, you're stupid, I'm smart. Also, isn't it kind of ironic that in the last clip he said that the happiest women have a man who pays the bills, yet now he's essentially saying that because he has to pay the bills in the house, the woman would have to shut the fuck up and deal with his bullshit. Like, bro, do you hear yourself? Does that sound like a happy woman to you, you absolute dumb fuck?
How are women allowed to drive?
Well, obviously because we have to drive the kids to school. Duh, why else?
Every single organization that is primarily run by females is just a fucking bitch fest anyway.
No comment.
Well, Andrew, why do you have a machete next to your bed? And my answer is simple. Why wouldn't I have a machete next to my bed? So yeah, someone knocks on my door in the middle of the night. I have to go answer the door, instantly pick up my machete. When you put your headphones in, you are a fucking target. You are losing one of your most important sensory perceptions. I'll tell you something, man. I've been jumped 4 times. And every time I was jumped, I didn't see it coming, but I heard it coming.
Oh, so you're really just living in fear at all times. This might explain why you are the way you are. Shit, I would be mad too if I was scared 24/7, but I'm not.
There's no female alive, even with a machete, that would stand a chance against the immense power I possess.
There are no words for this man, and I fully feel like he uses the fact that he says shit that stuns as a benefit to himself. It's like he says the most ridiculous backwards thing about women, then they are too shocked to speak. He's like, see, I'm right, you don't have a rebuttal. Then imagine him running off with his fingers in his ear singing, I can't hear you. I truly think he's at that level of maturity. Andrew Tate has made appearances on a plethora of podcasts in an attempt to spread his all-knowing words to the public, but he has of course also been called out plenty of times. Ethan Klein is amongst the people to think Tate is a doofus and said so during a H3 episode that Brittany Broski was a guest on.
I'm gonna make a video for him like the girl did for Vladimir Putin.
I wish you were his mom.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if someone would have just hugged him as a child and
I
said,
don't think he had a mom.
you did a good job,
Yeah.
none of this would have ever happened.
These men, they have these holes. They're so unloved that they are constantly taking and taking. They're trying, but nothing can fulfill them. They're so unloved. There's such a huge hole. He's a child. You can tell he's a baby.
Yes.
Maybe they're right. Maybe Tate is so angry and aggressive, specifically about women, because he has mommy issues. Ethan's opinion on Andrew Tate did not go unnoticed by the monstrous masculine maggot, and he spoke on his podcast about the situation.
There's a guy with a really big podcast.
Okay.
Who actually genuinely spoke a ton of shit about me.
Okay. Go on.
Insulted me loads, saying like I'm an incel and I don't get pussy.
Jesus Christ.
This guy on the left said I don't get pussy.
Okay, show me.
Of course, Tate chalks up the opinion that Ethan and Brittany hold towards the fact that they must be jealous because COBRA Tate is perfect and holds 0 flaws.
If I was him, I'd hate us too. Or you. I don't know if he came at both of us or you. I don't watch his fucking channel. I don't watch fat dudes. Why the fuck would I listen to him?
Peep the baby brother living in his big brother's shadows while desperately trying to get his appraisal and be like him. That's his brother, by the way. Just as bad. Ignore him. Let's move on.
Of course he does. Don't get mad at the dude. He's fat. He's short. He's clearly lonely. He's wearing fucking baggy ass shorts. Was he American? He looks fucking amazing. He's dressed as American. Yeah, I'm in my tailored $10,000 suits without a geeky hat on. I haven't got a pedo mustache. I got all the women. I got money.
Listen to this.
Of course, but it's just an amazing lack of self-awareness for somebody like that. It's actually almost an impressive lack of self-awareness for someone like that to look at someone like me who's as accomplished as I am with every genetic gift God can possibly bestow and to sit there with your gut.
How can this be real? How does he exist?
His brain is so slow. He can't even speak quickly. And I'm trying to watch it.
Guarantees.
I got stuff to do, right? I'm a fast guy. If I sit down, I want to, okay, tell me the information. Assault me, get it over with.
Apparently, Tate eventually said that he was going to kidnap Ethan's wife, Ela. Which is all fun and games to hear him say until you realize Tate was actually arrested for human trafficking.
COBRA Tate has said that basically he tricks girls into doing a webcam business for him, and he keeps the money. And he was just arrested for human trafficking. The U.S. Embassy reached out to him. He lives in,
I think it's Romania.
Romania. Reached out to him, and they're like, yo, this guy is holding an American citizen hostage and making her do webcams. And he got raided by the police in Romania for human trafficking. And I guess he's out on bail.
Andrew's brother Tristan really shines in this clip.
Ethan, I would rather sleep in a bed by myself every night for the rest of my life than marry a woman who looks like that. So,
first of all, you have to find someone who wants to marry you first, which I have a feeling is going to be very difficult for you guys.
So cut to this week when Andrew Tate makes an appearance on the BFFs podcast and Dave can't seem to figure out what exactly Tate is, but Josh is like, fangirling, possibly?
He says things like, he's like, I fucking conquered the internet. And I think that he really does have a grasp on TikTok and on a lot of these like young people coming up wanting to be hustlers and wanting to be entrepreneurs. Like Andrew, you have the most cult following I've seen been made so quickly. Like I haven't seen something like that done on TikTok ever before.
Tate says that he changed his approach to social media in order to sell his product, the online school that teaches people how to make money online. So now he's just everywhere on the internet. So much so that he reckons he fully dominates the space, which is ironic since he's talking to Dave Portnoy, who claims to have invented the internet. What's more is that he says the high-end luxury lifestyle he has existed before the school was created, and it's all legit.
So then, and you can stop me anytime if you're like, nope, you've gone off the course. The concept is portray a lavish, rich, great lifestyle and then get people to pay to get that same lifestyle?
No, because that makes it sound like I am in some way faking. My lifestyle and the videos I portray are absolutely not really real completely. They existed before the school existed. I don't amp anything up. Nothing is rented. Nothing is a lie. Nothing is a joke. I'm an ultra high net worth individual. I'm certainly not renting cars to try and convince people to sign up to my program.
Tate reckons that you need a lot of money to be taken seriously in this world, as it's something that gives you status and respect. He says that it's, quote, difficult to ignore a guy you know has millions and millions of dollars. He also says that the type of money he has completely comes from his own doing, and other people that have a lot of money might not be as free to say and do as they want because they are tied to contracts and sponsorships. It's astonishing how effortlessly he speaks so highly of himself. Maybe he should reconsider the field of online training he's in and do some self-help. How to Love Yourself More Than Anything in the World by COBRA Tate.
My companies rely so heavily on my brand that they're very, very difficult to sell. But if I have a company that makes $5 million a month, every single month, pure profit, completely online, then that's a valuable company, right? What's that a year? What's 5 times 12? And then you can put an 8 times multiplier on that easily. So that's a $300-400 million company. But will anyone buy it if I'm not associated to the company? I don't know. It's very difficult. Having fuck you money is not enough. I have a fuck you. You have to have a fuck you life. You can't just have fuck you money. I'm sitting out here in Romania inside of a house with 20 armed guards outside with a tower and AR-15s, and I've got 10 passports and 55 bank accounts, and that's what you need to have fuck you money. You can't just sit in America with one.
That sounds bad.
That
sounds like you're like on the run.
Yeah.
Sometimes I truly think that there is nothing that filters his words, and I don't mean that in a way that's charming and challenging and interesting. I mean in a way where this man speaks so quickly and ignorantly, he barely keeps up with himself.
Passport, sitting in America thinking you have fuck you money. No, you don't. You say the wrong thing, you piss the government off, they're going to come in your house, they're going to fucking take the house you own, they're going to lock you up. You ain't got fuck you money for nothing. This whole thing's the whole paradigm's a lie.
He also says that if you can't tell the government to fuck off, you can't tell anyone to fuck off, which makes, I don't know, 0 sense to me. He also says that anyone living in America with one passport is part of the Matrix and still fully under the control of someone else, even if you have $20 million in the bank.
So people may look at me and say, why does he live in an obscure Eastern European country with his own private army? Why does he need so many citizenships, etc.? Because I can get on my private jet and disappear.
I mean, tell me how that's not sus behavior. And honestly, what he's saying here is so telling of who he is. It's kind of scary, to be honest.
And anyone with money who has not put that kind of plan in place, I don't think can really truly tell anyone to fuck off, because they will send someone to your house and they will drag you out in fucking handcuffs.
What is it you want to do that would merit a reaction from law enforcement this way? Like, seriously.
Are you like a paranoid guy? Do you think that there are people after you? Like, why do you need to, are you ever going to have to need to escape?
Tate reckons that if you're not prepared for the government to enforce slavery on everyone, then you're ignorant. And he even details how throughout the pandemic and lockdowns that he was traveling freely, going wherever he wanted to with no mask. And I don't think that's the flex that he thinks it is. I think Dave himself is actually a little taken aback by Tate and decides to swiftly move on from the government talk after Andrew explodes saying that there's no such thing as countries anymore, and instead shifts to an even more infuriating topic involving Andrew.
You said it appears wildly sexist stuff. Are you anti-woman?
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist.
Spoken like a true misogynist.
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. It's more true things. I think another thing I said, and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast, I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation. That's why they make better soldiers. That doesn't make me misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true.
There it is. What we've been waiting for, the literal trash opinion from a disgraceful skin sack of a person. Of course, he tries to justify this by saying that there are things that women are better at than men, but doesn't actually mention any of these things that women are better at. But I can guess that this list probably includes something like being a mother or makeup or something equally as offensive or stupid.
I think like you say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his. Yes, that's what I said.
Think
well, that's crazy.
You think if a
that
man,
was crazy.
so you think that a man going out with a girl, that's just your property? There can't be an equal relationship?
That one was nuts.
I'm sure this goes without saying, but the actual lunacy of that statement, I cannot.
She is his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's...
So that is you saying that women are your property?
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him, and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those parts of her body.
So it's reverse. Male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's
that's inherently where you get called sexist.
Tate says to read the Bible or the Quran or any book, and the woman is always handed over to the man. Dave and Bree try to explain that this is incredibly sexist because he doesn't believe that that rule goes the other way. If the man is doing OnlyFans, he does not owe the female a cut, and his logic on that is that he does not belong to her, but she does belong to him. So what? Imagine having a conversation with this man and him just like not understanding. Friendly reminder that just because someone uses words with a high syllable count and enunciates like a cokehead does not mean that they're intelligent or impressive. Please be cautious when listening to this man because he's made a living off of being convincing and intimidating.
I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery.
But somehow you'd be okay with leaving your children to such irrational emotional beings. He spews out some information with no ability to cite these supposed facts and states that men are smarter than women, and it's proven because they're either incredibly intelligent or incredibly stupid, while women tend to fall in the middle.
Women cannot compete with men at chess. I'm not calling all women stupid. I'm not saying that there aren't some good female chess players. I'm not saying I could be every woman. No, there are great female chess players. But on average, the best chess players in the world are men.
Dave basically tells Andrew that the reason he's not come across intelligent women is because they avoid him. And I think that might be one of the smartest conclusions Dave Portnoy has ever come to, in my honest opinion. It might be funny to sort of laugh and shrug off the incredible misogynistic things that Andrew says and just chalk it up to red pill behavior. But in all reality, what Andrew says, he really means, and on a much darker level than just buy my course, get rich, and fuck bitches.
I am extremely versed in CPR. I do know how to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female.
His mentality is one that can hold back society from progressing away from these standardized norms that people have been trying so hard to get away from. To blanket statement and categorize women, or anyone for that matter, just as a whole with seldom a deviation from that ideology is dangerous, disgusting, and disappointing. But anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Good job getting through that absolute disgrace, but I swear I've got a good eye bleach for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. And here is Dave Portnoy trying to talk about the D'Amelios.
Yeah, Charlie DeMeo and Landon Barker updates. Charlie DeMelo and the DeMelo.
One more try.
Charlie DeMelo and the DeMelos are officially together but haven't been very public.
Two different
That
ways.
seems like oxymoron. Landon posted deleted a picture.